Hey people, D-Man here, and today I am reviewing Steven Universe Future episode 15 and 16, and oh my goodness, this was pretty damn cool. um, man, there's some pretty damn good stuff in there. But let's start off with episode 15 first. So episode 15, it's I think it's called Mr. Universe. Um, It basically revolves around Steven and his dad going on a road trip to try to discover who Steven is because Steven has all these emotions pent up and he has trauma, so his body's reacting really negatively to things that are stressing him out and stuff like that. Um, and also he's starting to get rage problems too. Like he's starting to get anger problems. So they're going on this drive. They're having a fun time, a good time. And then they go to his Steven's dad's. They go to Greg's parents' house, and we find out about Greg's past. We find about how Greg's parents were really strict and hard on him, and be like, "Hey, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. You can only do this, you can only do this," because they wanted him to have a good life, I guess, but they were too strict. Which is another thing about parenthood, totally, right? It's like, what's the best way to parent? Some parents are just like, you gotta let your kids do what they do. You gotta let your kids do this. Can't let your kids do anything. You gotta control them completely. And in between, you have to kind of go in between, you know? You have to kind of go like, hey, you have to be strict with your kids, but you also have to let them have freedom to do what they want. You know, but you have to be strict with them. And it seems like Greg's it seems like it's totally opposite, right? So Greg let Steven do pretty much whatever he wanted, and just let him do whatever he wanted. Except that one time where where he grounded him for for doing something stupid, and then he grounded him off of TV. So that one time, oh yeah, it was when Steven tried to run away with Connie. He grounded him from watching TV for like a year, or until he was 18 or something like that. So yeah, except for that one time, he never really punished Steven or anything like that. But it seems like Greg's parents were the opposite, and they didn't let him do anything, and they were super, super duper controlling. Now, both these lifestyles can ruin your kid's life, to be honest. Like, I'd say the super controlling one can ruin it more, but also the one where you let them do whatever the hell they want can do a lot of damage too, because kids that can do whatever the hell they want, sometimes they don't really. I don't know if they don't listen to authority as much, but they don't really know things that they probably should know because you let them do whatever the hell they wanted. You know, sort of thing. So you gotta discipline your kids to a certain extent, but also controlling your kids to the point where Greg's parents did, ruined your kids in a totally different way. They want to rebel, and you can make them so they do that to their kids, and it's just like this endless cycle of just like, ew, messing up your kids. But yeah, it was pretty interesting to see that. And Steven gets mad at this. He's like, "You had this life, and I had this life. Like my life sucked. Your life was good. I wish I had that." Because Steven wants order in his life right now. He doesn't have that right now because he's got to figure himself out. So he's blaming his dad for that. He's blaming everybody for that. He's just like, everybody is screwing me up, and I really don't want to talk to anybody right now, which is the thing that he needs. He needs to talk to someone. He probably needs a therapist, which his dad does have enough money to give him one, but I guess they're not considering that right now. He probably should go see a therapist. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to see that. And at the end, he even crashes the car. Pretty interesting. And then we have the second part, episode 16. I think it's Charged or something like that. And this part's even weirder, right? Because Steven is getting his angry outbursts because of how he's feeling, because his power is going out of control, and he's getting angrier and angrier and angrier. As people are trying to help him, but he's just like, "I don't need your help, I don't want your help," even though he needs someone's help. So they should probably just give him a therapist to, fix this stuff, but they're not going to because cartoon logic. So Steven goes to Jasper. He does some stuff with Jasper. He trains. He looks like a really cool guy at the end. Like he's like really buff and like an action hero. because he's only been there for 3 days, but he looks like that because I guess he probably thought he thought of himself as that, so his gem changed him into that, I guess. And then at the end, he ends up shattering Jasper's gem. And then he takes it home, he reforms it, and Jasper presents her allegiance to him, which makes him go like, I don't want that either. I want you to help me, be my friend, and help me get over this anger issues. When in reality, he probably should have just went to anger management, a therapist. You know, I've been saying this whole time. Even if you can't afford that, just go talk to people, I guess. You know what I mean? You need to talk to people. And to get out your anger, you should probably, like, I don't know, work out, punch a punching bag, do anything. But no, instead he decides to go to the person with the most anger management problems. And it's like, hey, help me out with this. And she's like, okay, here you go. And now he's worse off. Because at the end he goes completely nuts. It's pretty crazy. And then we have the next episodes that are coming out on next week. And those are the last 4 episodes. And those are going to be awesome. He's going to go see the diamonds in those, I think. A lot of people think he's going to become corrupted. We haven't seen what happens to White Diamond yet, because she's obviously one of the main villains. And we haven't seen what's going to happen yet, but let's see. Hopefully it's going to be good. But yeah, man, he is starting to get out of control because he needs help and he doesn't want to accept help. And he's blaming everybody around him for what's happening because he's all mad at everybody, but mostly mad at himself. And I'm assuming at the end he's going to realize that. And I also think that he's going to go on some kind of journey. I've heard some people talk about this where, like, hey, at the end, Steven might just leave Beach City and go on a journey on his way to see who he really is. I think that for multiple reasons, because there was a promo about a car driving away from Beach City. It was Steven's car. So there's a promo that, like, a little video of that, so that was pretty cool. And it said, well, we will always be your family. So that's kind of hinting to something, I think. And plus, the voice actor that plays Steven says that this, like, Steven really relates to him in these final episodes. At least that's what he said, if I remember correctly. And I'm pretty sure he went on a self journey into the world a while ago, if I'm not mistaken. So if they're related, you can tell, like, maybe Steven does go on a self journey around the world, or around wherever the heck he wants to go, I guess. And it's gonna be pretty interesting to see that. But yeah, all in all, pretty good, and can't wait to see the season finale. And then sadly, Steven Universe will be over, at least until they remake it or they make extra episodes, because they do that sometimes. Like with Adventure Time, there is extra episodes coming out eventually sometime in the future. I think it's 2020, but who knows? But yeah, maybe they'll do that with Steven Universe. But all in all, really good episodes, and I can't wait to see the ending because it's getting very interesting. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Link down below to my Twitter. Hit that bell notification. We'll go to my channel, hit that bell notification. And remember, my friends, stay sane. Peace. Hey guys, this video is meant for all ages, although I do have videos meant for the older variety. Check out my channel to watch those. But since it's meant for all ages and YouTube doesn't have a button to click for all ages, they only have younger or older, I have to click the younger because some stupid stuff will happen if I don't. But that means some features are removed. Hopefully it still gets to everyone the same, young and old, but that's beside the point. That means comments are no longer there, but don't worry, I have a Twitter, so you can go down to the link below to my Twitter and comment on that, because there will be a tweet about this video. So yeah, go down there and go to my Twitter.